welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Katrina and this is Create Something Pretty, and today's video is going to be my long-awaited collaboration video that I have been talking about for months and months. So if you want to find out what is under this cloth, please stick around. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am doing my long-awaited collaboration video. The lovely girls at Violet May Handmade approached me at the very start of this year and asked me if I'd like to do a collaboration with them, and so of course I said yes. So Violet May Handmade and Samantha and Caitlin are both Australian sewists, and they are a mother and daughter team, and they do loads and loads of sewing. You get double the deal with these ladies, so make sure you go check out their channel. So we have decided to collaborate, and we are going to make a dress. We're going to make a dress pattern using the Big 4 or commercial patterns, and we're also going to use stash fabrics. So that was the conditions or the challenge that we had ahead of ourselves. So I loved the idea of this challenge, and I was looking forward to it for like ages, because I have loads of Big 4 patterns and I don't use them. So I saw this as a really good opportunity to get them out and make something up. So I had one pattern in particular that stood out from the others. Like, there was heaps I could have made, and it was a bit of a big decision, but this is the one that I think I've been wanting to make just the most for the longest, and this is McCall's 8035. So this is the one I chose, and I wanted to make this long version here. So I haven't used a Big 4 pattern for quite some time. Well, I hadn't up until this challenge, and now I'm a little bit more inspired to do it. So yeah, so I decided to do this for you, and this has got the crossover mock sort of wrap style, I guess you call it, with the big bishop sleeves, and then the beautiful long skirt with the side splits. I thought that would be perfect for my lifestyle, and I've been wanting to make this view for ages. This is also called Brynn McCall's, if you want to look up on the hashtag, or you can look it up under M8035 on Instagram to see what everyone else has made. And so it does have these other views as well. So it's got this one with the little waist. I'm not sure if that's a ruffle or a peplum, and I think these are called tulip sleeves. Then this one has it's very similar to this one, only the skirt has the 2 tiers and this sort of ruffle bit in the middle. I'm not sure what that's called, but yeah, so I wanted to do this one here. So it was quite an experience. It's been quite a long time since I've made one of these, and it wasn't actually as hard as what I thought it would be. It does have the 5/8 seam allowance, or 1.5 centimeter seam allowance, which did give it a bit more room for me to just move things about. So it wasn't as hard as what I was expecting. So do you want to see what I made? This is my dress. Now hopefully this comes off all right. Is it going to come off? This is my dress, and I used my bright fabric that I got from East Coast Fabrics. I think it was earlier this year sometime. I did not buy it for this collaboration, but I decided I wanted to use it for this dress. So, and you can see the big puffy sleeve. It has the elasticated waist, and it has this little, I've just so sewn that bit down. I have this little function on my sewing machine that sort of, it goes in 3 times in the same spot, and it just pins it in. I've never used that function before, but it was really good. So yeah, I did that, and then it has the big tier, and then the ruffle, and I'll make sure I put some photos in. So looking forward to making this dress. I've been wanting to make it for ages, and I actually bought it for this one, which is view C of Brynn McCall's. So how did it go? So I haven't made a Big 4 pattern for ages, and I worked out my size. My size put me into an L. Oh no, actually I'm an XL. So that's fine. That was all going to work. There's plenty of room in it because pulled in with elastic. And I found this a little bit challenging, I've got to say. I had a couple of challenges, not because the pattern was difficult, but because of my own stupid mistakes. So yes, I really wanted to do this pattern, this view, which is view C, but I didn't check how much fabric I needed, did I? So I did not have enough fabric, and I decided that I was going to try, because I'm a bit shorter, I'm only 5'3", I thought I'd try and see if I could get it out of the fabric I had, but no. It wasn't going to work. There's no way I could make it fit. So after much thought and deliberation, I decided that I was going to make this view instead, which did fit into the amount of fabric that I had. I tried so hard to make it fit. I'll put in a picture as well. I put my fabric on the floor to try and get the best fit of my pattern on the fabric. I don't work on the floor very often because it does hurt my knees. My knees aren't very good anymore, so I rarely work on the floor, and yeah, it wasn't gonna work. But I still had to do it on the floor because I decided these tiers, I was a bit worried that they weren't going to be long enough. I thought they was going to be shorter, and I didn't want this to be above my knees. And so I decided what I was going to do was to try and make each of this top, the skirt section, longer, and I was going to make the ruffle longer as well. So that's what I did. I added quite a bit of length to each of those parts. I also made quite a few adjustments as well. I have them to show you as well, so it's going to rustle just a little bit, so I hope you don't mind. I adjusted my sleeves at the length and shorten line, so this is, I've just folded it in, so I took that up around about I'd say that'd be about 1 inch, just to shorten them so they would fit on my fabric. I did a broad back adjustment on this one, so you can see there's also a narrow shoulder adjustment on there as well. So because I have narrow shoulders, I have to make sure I do my broad back adjustment a particular way, because if you don't, it would make the shoulders also wider, which is not what I want. I want my shoulders to be narrower. So I cut down here, I bring a hinge in, and then I just widen it. So that's what I've done here. This is the only way I know how to do it. I'm sure there's other ways of doing it, but that's how I have done it. So yeah, I've done that. I think I may have altered the slant of the shoulder by the looks of that. I think I did. I brought up the shoulder as well, just to make it sit in the right place on my shoulder. Didn't realize I did that as well. So that's like 1, 2, 3, 4 adjustments. So broad back adjustment, narrow shoulder adjustment, brought up the shoulder slightly. I shortened the sleeves, and if I can find the bodice piece, all I did on that was just a narrow shoulder adjustment. So I did that as well, and I graded. So there were a few adjustments, just a few. So yeah, that was my experience with Brynn. I did adjust it quite a bit just to fit my fabric. I also changed the views, so it was quite the experience. But in the end, I did all my fit adjustments, got my dress all ready to go, all sewn up, and I tried it on, well, when it was all made up, and I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. I just think altering the skirt length was a big mistake. I wasn't sure how I was going to fix it. It just made me feel, I didn't feel good in it at all. I didn't like it at all. So I had to put it aside for a little bit and have a think about it. I thought I was going to have to scrap it entirely. But what I decided to do is I started playing with the length. So I got some pins. I have photos of this as well as how I did this. They're not very nice photos, but I'll put them in. Hopefully they'll be okay. So yeah, I started pinning up the skirt to see how I felt about some different lengths, and I wasn't sure whether to shorten it from the ruffle or to shorten, if I need to shorten the ruffle and the skirt just to make the proportions a little bit better. And so what I ended up doing, thank goodness, I was so worried. I thought I was going to have to, yeah, really make some difficult changes and remove this skirt, that sort of thing. I ended up just taking a little bit off the hem. I think I took off about 5 inches, so it was actually quite a bit. And I now have a dress I like. So this is what I made, and this is my dress. It's using the fabric that I bought not so long ago at East Coast Fabrics. I did not buy this fabric for this project, but I decided I would use it. I have used a little stitch on my sewing machine that tacks the front down. These are my sleeves are just brought in with elastic. and they come to, they're around about here sort of thing. I made them just tight enough that that would hold the sleeves out of the way and they wouldn't flop down and just get in my way. And I did initially have my elastic too tight. That was something that wasn't helping. It just didn't look right like that. So I took it out and I just loosened it off a bit. Something I do with my dresses as well, I don't always close off the channel. So I'll zigzag the elastic and make that all really nicely finished. But I don't always close off the channel, so that if I decide I want to change that, it's quite easy to get in, and it's my dress. No one else is going to wear it. So that is what I did. So yeah, it was quite the experience. Now this fabric is from East Coast Fabrics. I had a little problem with this as well. Yes, so because I had to piece this all together, I actually found out there was another problem with the fabric, and I found throughout the whole length of the fabric there were faults. They're like little white dots every, I don't know, about every 30 centimeters or so throughout the fabric. So I had to be really careful where I placed my pattern pieces so that those little faults would be in the seam line or in a place where it wasn't very difficult to be seen. So yes, it was quite the job. So yeah, so anyway, I have got it to a stage where I can still wear it. I like it a lot better than what I did. I still haven't worn it yet because I was trying to keep it nice for the video. But yeah, I will put it on my Instagram very soon as this video is released, so you can all see. And yeah, tell me what you think. So yeah, I have not seen what the girls have made. This is what I end up doing. I don't know if I showed you what view I made. I made this one here. So I did switch from, I did want to make this one and I switched from this one. That was a hard decision, I've got to say. I really wanted to make this one. I really wanted to make that one, but maybe next time. Now I have my, I've made it once before, it'll be a lot easier to make it again. So yeah, so that is my dress. So I hope you enjoyed seeing what I made for my collaboration with Violet May Handmade, Caitlin and Samantha. Make sure when you finish watching my video, you go over and check out their video. I have no idea what they've made. So I just wanted to say a big thank you to Caitlin and Samantha for asking me to do this with you. It's just been really nice to chat to you, and they're just so lovely to work with. And yeah, go check out their channel. So if you like this video today, I would love it if you gave me a thumbs up. If you're not yet subscribed, please subscribe. And if you hit the bell icon, that will let you know when my next video is out. So I wanted to say a big thank you to everyone who commented on my last week's video. I did ask for lots of dress suggestions for what I should wear to Frocktails, and I got so many suggestions and every single one was helpful. I had the best time reading through those comments. I really enjoyed it. So thank you so much for watching. Next week I'm hoping to have some form of a plans video or something along that line yeah, for my next week's video. So keep an eye out for that one. My kids should be back at school by then. I'm so looking forward to it. So thank you so much for watching today. Make sure you go check out Caitlin and Samantha's video. They are Violet May Handmade. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you again next week. Bye!